Welcome back to Zarmazing Treasures Shipping 101. Today, or this time, we have some Hull Pottery ramekins. Now these are really nice little fireproof ramekins with lids. Got the lids right there that go with them. So that's kind of exciting. And so we're going to set this up for shipping. You can see I've got my trusty pool noodle here, so I'm all ready. You can tell when I'm ready to ship when I've got that. Looking at these together, they're about, together they're just 8 inches, and I know that I can't fit them in an 8-inch box. Actually, I'm going to try that. If I offset them a little bit, I might be able to, but it's a bit iffy. So what I'm going to do, now if you ever wonder if your box will fit, one thing you can do is you just fold up one side and then just kind of ease them over the top. Now you want to have, in this case, you want to have space for them, because that's going to be, that's going to tell you whether or not you're going to have the space to package between them. And you can see there that this actually looks like it should work, but I do also have the lids, so I've got to accommodate the lids, which I'll probably be turning upside down to package them. So it actually looks like it should work. So we will be using an 8x6x4 box. So this is what we're going to use. I'm going to need a 12-inch piece of hot tape here, and I'm just going to grab that hot tape, put that right over the box to begin with. I'm going to grab my foam. Look for a piece of foam that's going to fit well in the bottom of that. That's not going to have too much extra space nor too much overlap, because this is going to be still a little bit tight. So I'm just going to make sure that I have just enough foam in the bottom. I'm going to look at it now as I put it in. It should still work pretty well. Lids. For these lids, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put the lid in like that, but I'm actually going to cut it to the size of the actual ramekin. So instead of cutting some little tiny piece of pool noodle, I'm going to do that, and you can see that's going to provide some shock protection. In fact, I'll probably be shipping these upside down in the box. I think that will actually be a little bit better solution. I'm going to go ahead and cut the next one down. That one will probably be just a little bit, try to get a little bit shorter, I think, because I think this one was just a little bit too tall. So we're going to stick that in there, back that up just a bit. And there we can see we have our next item, and it sticks in really nice. Lots of protection for it, just like that. All right, now because these are so small, my guess is I can work with just one 12x12 piece of bubble wrap. So here's my bubble wrap. I'm going to grab one, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in on either side like that, then put my foam in. And that way it's going to keep this, it's still going to hit the bubble instead of hitting the actual piece. And now I'm going to take that and I'm going to wrap it up along the top. It looks like I probably should have just one more piece there to go around the outside. So we'll grab another piece here in just a minute. But there is our first one packaged. And sometimes you have to use more than one piece, just to make sure it's all covered over well. And there you can see that that one is going to be just fine. Oop. My tape sometimes sticks to the end. Better than that, than the chewing gum sticking to the bedpost overnight. All right, so there's our first one packaged. We're going to push it down a little bit to make sure that it sticks in there. I'm going to grab 2 more sheets of bubble wrap. These are the small bubbles. If they tear, you just go ahead and use them as the subsequent piece. There it goes. in goes the foam, the pool noodle. Up comes the bubble wrap, and there we can see we're going to take the tape now and tape over the top just to hold it together. Bubble wrap in the opposite direction, just to make sure that everything is covered. That's the whole point, is that to make sure it's all covered. Now you can see that those are really tight in there. There's not a whole lot of movement between them. I am going to do one thing though. I'm going to grab one of those pieces of cardboard, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it in here in an S or a Z shape, just to keep them from possibly clanging against each other. And that's going to keep them really nice and tight and in place. And you can hear how tight it is. If I'm popping bubbles, it means that they are tight. I'm going to go ahead then, I'm going to check and see if I should put a little, one of the nice things about pool noodles is if you need a bunch of space, you can actually cut a piece to just fill up that space. And there you can see it just fills up that space, forms a very, very nice and quick bumper, if you will, to keep things from moving around. The top goes on now. We have just a little bit more foam. We're going to put that foam in, size it to the box, cut it down. Because these are just a little bit tighter, we won't even have to consider putting anything on top of them. And now just another 15 piece of tape. I know you'd probably get away with a 12, but I want this one to actually hold a little bit better because I've got these pushing up against the top of the box just a little bit. And there it is. I mean, that thing is just a solid brick. You could probably drop that from 15, 20 feet and not have to worry about it. A couple of ramekins and their lids, 8x6x4 box, some foam. Remember, just foam, bed foam, 1.5 inch I think it is. Pool noodles, small bubble wrap, big bubble wrap, depending on what you need. And there it is, packaged, ready to go. Thanks again for watching. This is Czar Amazing Treasures with Czar and Thor. Have a great day.